Hello there. So if you have a Breville Barista Express or any of the Breville range, so the 840, 860, 870, 878, 880, or even the 900 series, the 900, 920, the 980, or the 990, and you notice that your portafilter basket is falling off, here is a quick fix. So what I'm talking about is the basket. Usually from new it should be pretty tight. It should stick in the portafilter nice and snug, and not come off when you knock off the coffee into the knock box. But what some people experience over time is that the basket falls off, either when taking off the portafilter from the machine or when knocking off the coffee into the bin. So it's a very easy fix for this one, and it's a fairly common thing that happens over the years. So that to fix it, you can do one of three things. Each one is more drastic than the other. You can firstly tighten the spring that holds this basket. You can also replace the spring, and thirdly, you can replace the portafilter. I think it's best to do the first option, tighten the spring. I've never had to replace a spring. It's always been fixed by just tightening that spring, and it's very easy to do. You don't need any tools, pretty much. So here I've got two Breville Barista Express portafilters. This is for the 870, but it's the exact same portafilter for the 860, the 840, the 810, the 878, and the 880. They're both 5 years old. This one is tight, and this one is a bit looser. So what the factors that contribute to this getting looser, obviously how much you use the machine, and of course how many times you remove and put back the portafilter. I know people that say they take off the basket after every shot or every day. I think that's a bit too excessive, but people do what they like, so it doesn't really matter to me. But what I will say is that the more often you take this off, the more loose it'll become, obviously because you're putting friction on this edge of the spring, and what you'll have to do is you have to tighten it. So obviously take out the basket, grab a knife or a very fine flathead screwdriver. In this case I'm going to do this sophisticated option of grabbing a knife. Just pry the spring slowly and gently. Be sure to not cut yourself, and also be sure to not let it jump into your face. So keep pressure on it, either from this side or the other. So I'm going to hold it from the other side so it doesn't hit me in the eye, and it just comes off. This is the spring. What you'll have to do is either use your fingernails or use like a tool to bend this flat part inwards. So this flat part is the part that sort of sticks out and puts pressure on the basket. So you've got three of those flat surfaces, 1, 2, 3. You just want to bend it inwards. So I'm gonna grab it like this. I'm not sure if my camera's focusing, but we'll try. And it doesn't want to focus, so that's alright. Yeah, that's okay. So you'll just push it inwards. So you see it's flat now. I'm gonna put a bit of force with my nails. It's just a touch now, just a touch. Bend inwards. You don't have to make it into a 90-degree bend, just a little bit, just like that. And if this doesn't help, you can do it a bit more aggressively. But for now, I think this will do the trick, especially because you're doing it on all sides. Just a bit more. Hopefully that comes nice and clear on the camera. Okay, there we go, focused. That's bent, and the third one, I'll do it again now. Just like that. And to put it back, it's pretty easy. Maybe it's a bit trickier than removing it, but put in one of the edges. So let's say this left end, sorry, one of the ends. So there's a groove obviously where it sits. You want to place it in that groove. And again, just be sure to always put your hand on it so that it doesn't jump and hit you in the eye. And it's almost in there, just there we go. Now it's in the groove, and as you see, the edges are jutting out a bit more, so they're Gonna put more pressure on the basket. And now, you'll notice it's much tighter than before, which is what you want. If this doesn't happen for any reason, if your spring is rusted, if it's too worn out, or if it just breaks while you're adjusting it, which I've never seen happen, but if that does happen to you, just replace the spring. I'm pretty sure you can find the part somewhere. Yeah, so that's done, and probably won't have to be done anytime soon, maybe in a few years, but yeah, should be good to go. And you can do the exact same thing with the 900 portafilter. This is a bottomless, aftermarket bottomless portafilter for my dual boiler. It's a pretty tight spring, but it has the exact same mechanism. You can just take it out, tighten it, put it back on. It'll do the exact same thing. I'm pretty sure a lot of coffee machines have the same spring, so you can do this with multiple models. I hope this helped, and thanks for watching.